My 4 downs here on the Rich Eisen Show.
4 Downs with Rich.
Here we go.
Why did you stop?
Okay. Gary's on it. There's Del Tufo's in Dallas doing that boxing match,
with
whatever
those
that match is with those
that
guys.
Place.
He has no idea. Gary's in Del Tufo's seat. He's got it working.
First down.
There you go. That's a great drop right there. Way to go, Gary. Okay, first down right here. I'm biased. I'm totally biased because I'm rooting for him. But you have to, and I would criticize when it's critical, when it's reason to be critical, and he would totally expect it. But I'm going to praise it when it's deserved. The first 2 months for Mike Mayock as general manager for the Oakland Raiders is just going fantastically well. What do I mean by that? Look, Antonio Brown. Now, a lot of people are thinking, isn't that amazing? It's a great negotiator. You gave him $30 million guaranteed when he had zero. And you're giving him $20 million in a way that, other teams didn't have to. And you just gave up a 3 and a 5 for Antonio Brown. And he had the money. He had the cap space. And if you're bringing Antonio Brown on your team and you want to keep him happy, which is the best way to do it, do you think the Steelers would love to keep having him on their team and happy? Of course.
Yes.
And the only way you're going to keep him happy is to give him the money that he wants, because the money in his mind equals respect, as it does in anybody's mind, in anybody's business. He had the ability to do that, and he did it. And then he got Trent Brown to protect his quarterback by trading away Osemele. And he has made some maneuvers, too. I love the Tyrell Williams signing. Love it. You take him from your team in division for the Chargers, and now it's going to be Brown. Williams can be his Juju Smith-Schuster, lack of a better phrase, but you've got a 2 wide receiver punch. You traded in one 30-year-old receiver in Jordy Nelson for Antonio Brown and Tyrell Williams. This is terrific. Joyner and Harris are 2 interesting signings for your secondary. And if you lower the music here a little bit, Gary, I want to play for you the way Mayock started the press conference. Not many general managers have a broadcasting history. But listen, look at the way Mayock started the press conference yesterday in Oakland. We had him on the NFL Network just in time for him to come on. And listen to the way he started it and the things he said in the direction of Antonio Brown sitting next to him. They're perfect. Go for it.
I am so excited to sit next to Antonio Brown and his entire family. Watching these kids run around upstairs makes me feel good. I'm the oldest of 7. I get a chance to get some life in this building, and I mean that literally and figuratively. These young kids running around, breathing some life in this building, and that's what Antonio is going to do for this football team. And I can tell you over the years, I've watched him practice at least 10 to 15 times in my duties as a broadcaster. In Latrobe, Pennsylvania, in the heat, I watch this guy practice. He's as good of a practice football player and works as hard as any football player I've ever seen in my life. And when we came here, John and I talked about finding passionate football players that love the game, that practice hard and play hard. And all I'm going to tell you is Raider Nation we got a little better today, and it's all because of the way this guy plays football, Antonio Brown.
All right. Now, he did talk like a coach, which would make Antonio call him coach.
Yeah, right, of course.
And he did look at Gruden when he said that. But look, he hit on the fact that Antonio is a family man, that they welcome his family into their family. He hits on the fact as to how hard he works, but not just how hard he works in practice. We all know what may have happened in Week 17 was a practice setting. All the things that have been said about Antonio Brown in recent days being a cancerous locker room practice presence, hit on all of it right off the bat and nailed it. That sort of stuff is heard by other players in the league, and he didn't say we got a lot better. He said we got a little better because it's a team. Talked about his passion for football. That is a touch-em-all home run.
Nailed it.
Second down, please.
Second down.
All right, Giants fans, I know you're freaking out. I know you are absolutely freaking out, and you have every reason to, okay? Odell Beckham, for what we all know, what's the worst thing he did? Proposed to a kick in net. He lifted his leg and he peed on a fire hydrant in a brutal, classless touchdown celebration. There were a lot of times on the sideline he's screaming and yelling, and we have no idea what it might have gone on off the field, but it certainly wasn't anything to merit the attention of a league office. Okay, it's not that bad. So, yes, shouldn't coaching and ownership be able to get together and figure out how to crack the code of somebody who is so supremely talented and beloved in the locker room as well? Kim Jones's personal
was
statement
phenomenal yesterday
about her relationship as a reporter to a somebody who she's covering, an athlete who she's covering, in Odell Beckham, and how their personal relationship centered around his well wishes for her in her most recent health scare. You've got to check it out. I tweeted it out. This is a true human being with some flaws. And the Giants, yes, you should figure out how to keep somebody there. But I was told by somebody close to the situation that the Giants were concerned that if things didn't go all hunky-dory this year, Odell was going to pull an Instagram, Twitter departure akin to what Antonio Brown just did. Now, you could say, deal with it, figure out how to avoid it. They just didn't. And I think ownership was sick and tired of it. And clearly told Dave Gettleman this is it. Or Gettleman had something to do with it. I cannot put my finger on as to why. But the Giants fans, you got to stay patient. You've got 2 first-round selections coming. You have no idea if Josh Rosen's going to be available. We have no idea what the next 5 weeks are going to hold. We have no idea how they're going to somehow support what Eli Manning can do. If Manning can be kept upright, and you've got Shepard, you've got Ingram, you've got that beast in Saquon Barkley back there. Let's see what can happen. Right now, there's going to be 8 in the box. You should be concerned about that. But it's all part of a piece of the puzzle. And it does stink, Giants fans, that Le'Veon Bell is grabbing headlines for the Jets, who look like they're going in a much better direction because they have their young quarterback already going. But they don't have somebody like Saquon, and I'm saying that even with Le'Veon Bell. And that brings me to third down. I'm going to grab the hot take plank.
A third down hot take? Never in the history of 4 downs have we had a third down hot take.
Well, we've never had a free agency frenzy hot 4 down segment. Here we go. It's always tough. It's always tough to go to a new spot. It's always tough to go to a new place. Players are creatures of habit. You're going to a new spot, new town, new situation, new setup, new distractions, new everything. So then, I will say this. My prediction is third down hot take prediction. Juju and James Conner will have more touchdowns in 2019 combined than Brown and Bell in their new situations.
That is hot.
That's a red hot take.
Oh, wow.
Ben is used to Conner. Ben is used to Juju. It's a new situation for Juju, but they also have that figurative Juju of nobody believes in us in the locker room. Nobody's expecting it. No one will see it coming, and they're going to hit you, and they're going to hit you hard. And maybe that's my Jet fan in me saying that it's not going to work out as well with Le'Veon Bell in year one.
Wow.
That's my third down hot take. Fourth down hot take. Hit it. Hit it.
Fourth down.
He's being introduced today. He's St. Nick from Philadelphia.
Oh.
He's St. Nick from Philadelphia. He's going
$50
to come
million
down.
guaranteed.
He's going to get the money, and he's going to come down, and he's going to take the pressure off of Leonard Fournette, and they're going to figure. This is a team that was one Stephon Gilmore pass broken up away from going to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. The kids on defense are still the kids on defense. They're still dogs. You still got Jalen Ramsey back there. You still got the whole team intact on defense, essentially. Well, hold on a minute. Who'd they give up for this? Let me make sure I got that. You don't have the whole team intact on defense. I get it. Obviously, Malik Jackson being gone is a pretty big thing, and Tayshaun Gibson.
Yeah.
But hear me out. Nick Foles is going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars to the AFC South Championship. They're going to win that division. Even though 2 teams in that division made the playoffs last year, even though the Titans almost made the playoffs, the Colts did, and won a game against the AFC South champion, the Jaguars are winning this division.
Oh, wow.
St. Nick's coming from Philadelphia, and he is going to leave the presents underneath the tree for the folks in Duval County.
Wow.
I put down the hot take plank. I need some ointment because that just left my hand all singed. I used the word ointment on the air, which to me is a check mark.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.